Hi there. It's Lisa again on our second Sunday of Ordinary Time, back into Ordinary Time. And our reading is actually the same one that was used at the Christmas vigil from the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 62. And back then it was matched with the Gospel of Matthew, going through all of the generations of genealogy, and it was about, God working through time and the particular people. And so it was Jerusalem that was the focus back then, about Jerusalem in in problem time and Jerusalem in salvation time, right? And so this week, this same reading matches up with the wedding feast at Cana. And it's about wedding and new and what God is doing in the newness here, right? And so this time the focus will be different and the tone will be different. If you read then, you get to read the same reading again, but this time think about yourself as like the maid of honor at this wedding and you're giving your speech, right? Or your sister is the bride and you're giving this speech and you're talking about, I'm not going to be silent. She picked a good guy. She almost got caught by those other ones, but nope, she didn't. And now she's got somebody who really likes her. It's going to be that kind of an upbeat wedding marriage kind of feeling. So let's see how that might actually work out. So a reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. Okay, I remember that the name of the book is the most important word in that line. Prophet Isaiah. We do 1, 2, 3 before we start. For Zion, think about your sister. For Zion's sake, I will not be silent. Okay, so I'm much happier as I'm reading this than I would have been at the vigil. For Jerusalem's sake, I will not be quiet. For until her vindication shines forth like the dawn, like she's going to be happy with this new guy, right? And her victory like a burning torch. So smile, smile, smile all the way through because we're so happy for what's happened to Zion, Jerusalem, your sister. Okay, nations shall behold your vindication. Yep, all those guys, no, they're going to see you got a good one, right? And all the kings, your glory. You shall be called a new name, pronounced by the mouth of the Lord. So do you see how upbeat and how I am moving through these lines very quickly? Still pausing and making a lot of eye contact, right? You shall be a glorious crown in the hand of the Lord. Lots of eye contact, checked back one time, went back up right away pretty quickly. A royal diadem held by your God. Just, a lot of times there's precious rings that are given in a wedding exchange, and it's kind of like that kind of preciousness. Glorious crown, royal diadem. There we go. No more shall people call you forsaken. So at the vigil, I was like, oh, yeah, forsaken. Oh, no, we're going to just glide right past that. Good thing you didn't get caught by those guys, right? Or you land desolate. But you shall be called, and imagine her husband turning to her, my delight. Yeah, that's going to be it, right? My delight, and your land espoused. For the Lord delights in you. Make sure you are making eye contact at that word. The Lord delights in you. Be looking at somebody and makes your land his spouse, somebody else, right? As a young man marries a virgin, your builder shall marry you with joy, yes. And as a bridegroom rejoices in his bride, oh, honey, yeah, so shall your God rejoice in you. So this is just like joy all the way through, right? So if you have any sadness in your life before you go for your reading, try to set that aside and let this speak to you of joy. Let it even speak to your own heart of the joy that is to come. All right, so let's see how that would go if we just went straight through. A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. For Zion's sake, I will not be silent. For Jerusalem's sake, I will not be quiet until her vindication shines forth like the dawn, and her victory like a burning torch. Nations shall behold your vindication, and all the kings your glory. You shall be called by a new name, pronounced by the mouth of the Lord. You shall be a glorious crown in the hand of the Lord, a royal diadem held by your God. No more shall people call you forsaken or your land desolate. You shall be called my delight, and your land espoused. For the Lord delights in you and makes your land his spouse. As a young man marries a virgin, so your builder shall marry you. And as a bridegroom rejoices in his bride, so shall your God rejoice in you. The word of the Lord. Alrighty, practice reading aloud. God bless.